This is our third season of sailing Odyssey, and like any boat, ongoing monitoring of the rig, deck hardware, and components is crucial for safe sailing. So we noticed that certain sections of the mainsail halyard was fraying. It needed to be replaced quickly.
You notice this year that our main halyard, it's got a couple frays on it. We never noticed it last year, but this year we did notice this. We decided to, obviously we're going to replace it because it could be a hazard. We're out there and all of a sudden our main falls down because the halyard breaks. So anyways, so we got a new halyard over here. Gotten this one's a spare halyard all the same. I was just going to keep it up there. I'm going to change it right now so that way I have a safe working halyard. So this is our halyard. This is the end that we pull on when we raise the mainsail, and this is the end where it attaches to the head of the sail as it goes up. There's a nice splice over here, and there's a shackle over here. It's a removable shackle. So I had the new halyard over here, new eye splice. A little bit, it's about the same size as the other one, just slightly smaller. So there's two ways I can do this. I can change the halyard. I can either cut the splice over here and attach the end that comes back to the cockpit to this. That's one way. If I just cut this and I attach this to here, attach it to the butt end, butt them together, and with either some line tying it together or sewing it together. I've seen that before. Or I can attach, or else I can send a messenger line. I pull it this way from the shackle end. I pull it down and I attach messenger line, which is the way I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to attach this messenger line to it, run it all the way up. When it comes out down here, then I'm going to attach this end to the messenger line and then pull it back down to the messenger line. That way I save this eye splice. I don't have to cut the eye splice, and that's what I'm going to do right now.
Paolo took the long messenger line and securely knotted it to the end of the halyard line, and then taping over it.
I'm just using a very small line because I don't want to overcrowd my line going around the sheave. But that's why I'm going to throw some electrical tape over it. So this is, whoops, that's why I got to put the electrical tape so it holds it in place. Like I said, this line doesn't hold the knot very well. I'm going to tape it all the way down to the end. In this way it's not that critical because this is the leading part of the line, so the sheave is going to run around the sheave this way, so it's not that critical. However, I'll demonstrate it later, it will be critical when I feed the new line in.
It needs to be strong so that the knot doesn't fall apart when it goes over the sheave or is being guided inside the mast.
To start pulling out the halyard. I will be pulling it out obviously from the shackle end, the part that goes onto the sail, and this is going to be feeding up through the mast. Okay, moment of the truth. Okay, so hang on to that the pink line. So it's going to feed through the messenger line.
Wait, okay.
And away it goes up into the mast. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see all the lines already. I don't know why this is happening. And hang on to it. Okay, let it go. I think it just reached the top of the sheave. Hopefully it's not going to run into a problem. It is running into a problem. You have to pull it down. I don't want to screw anything up. I just want to go through the sheath. I think I went a little bit overboard with the tape. I should have put less tape on because it was not bending going around the sheave up on top of the mast. So I pulled it back down again. I pulled this messenger line down and pulled the halyard down through the mast. And what I did, I just bent the junction over here where the tape is, give it some flexibility so that way I was able to bend a little bit easier around the sheave. And it came down, so it didn't have too much of a struggle there. So now what I got to do, I want to keep tension on these lines because the wind, you don't want the wind to start fluttering, moving this messenger line around, and it comes off the sheave up on top, and then it just goes in between the sheave and the plates, and or the other sheave that's there, and then it'll jam up as you try and bring up the new line because it'll never go over the sheave.
The next step was to attach the new halyard to the messenger line by following the same process as before.
So we're going to pull up with the messenger line. This is going to go up the outside of the mast, and then it's going to go inside the sheave, I hope, and hopefully it will go around and down on the mast. Are we ready for this? Okay, so now let's try and hoist up this new halyard.
Make sure it's nicely flake, Paul. We reversed the process with me pulling on the messenger line as it moves down from the mast and through the block and the clutch on the deck. Being careful that we don't yank too hard on the line to cause the new halyard and messenger line to separate. And this is the critical junction.
Looks like it went through.
It went through?
Yep.
Oh,
yep,
good. So it went through the sheave.
Okay.
Is it coming out?
It's sure it'll be soon. I see the frayed messenger line already.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Do we have enough halyard? No, I'm not sure. Okay, pull out the rest.
This?
Yeah. Yay! New halyard! Old halyard, new halyard. It's very stiff, it feels really stiff. The fibers are really beginning to break down. We're going to have to replace all of our lines because our lines are, I noticed the same thing with the other ones. It's a D-shackle with a locking pin, I believe it's called. Shaped like a D. New halyard with the old shackle anyways, but new halyard. And feel much safer now when I go and hoist this mainsail, or even when we're sailing out there, I'll feel a lot safer knowing that I have a good solid main halyard. And that's it. Job well done.
We had some issues with transmitting on our new VHF radio. Marcus, a fellow sailor, gave us some tips.
That'll get you about a mile.
Oh, yeah?
So then when you're talking to somebody who's close by,
yeah.
that way you're not hearing everything that's around.
Okay.
So I'll start it here. Gotta remember to say Odyssey.
Yeah.
Prescott Coast Guard Radio, Prescott Coast Guard Radio, Prescott Coast Guard Radio. This is Sailing Vessel Odyssey, Odyssey, Odyssey. I'm 1-6 over.
It's not going through.
You're in USA mode.
Oh.
So
I haven't configured anything, so I just
they might answer your setup. Only because I have this one.
yeah.
So there's A's and alpha and everything like that as far as there's more configurations to.
Yeah, I don't have the manual yet.
And then when you get your MMSI number, you put it in here because then if you do have a problem, you get that distress and it'll tell you everything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it again on the Canadian mode here. Prescott Coast Guard Radio, Prescott Coast Guard Radio, Prescott Coast Guard Radio. This is sailing vessel Odyssey, Odyssey, Odyssey on 1-6, over. So that it's just
I hear Prescott when I'm out there. Even before I did, so now I reconnected it all again because I got a couple over here at the base of the mast, and it wasn't. I didn't do it properly. Like I had to use a crimper, but I didn't do it properly.
Okay.
So it was coming loose, and what I was also checking my impedance on my cable or connectivity, so not even connectivity, but with a voltmeter, and it was shorted out. Like my internal pin was shorting out to the shield.
Okay.
So I redid it. Now it's not shorting out anymore. So, but it was still working. I was still getting.
So what I'll do, I have my little handheld radio. I'm going to take the dinghy out for a bit. And then maybe I'll let you know when I'm going to do it. I'll swing by and I'll just say, hey, I'm heading out.
Yeah.
We'll go to a working channel like 6-9, and we'll just see what your range is. And so you got, this is on high power 25.
Yep.
If I say try low power, just hit the low power.
Okay.
But now you're in Canadian mode,
Yep.
so then there's international, US, and Canadian mode, and some of the offsets are different from the different areas, but yeah, at least you're there, so then we can at least, if you say go to channel this, I'll match you on that because we're in the same area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or should I try this one for Prescott Radio with this reach?
Possibly, because the kind of rule of thumb is 1 watt equals 1 mile.
Okay.
So this one should be able to do 25 miles,
Yep.
but I mean, everything makes a difference. Like if you have a bunch of masts, they're kind of antennas, they can sometimes soak up that.
Yep.
Or it can do something and it could suddenly make it stronger.
I got too much cable, right? That's a problem.
Now, and also the...
I know I'm going to have to cut it down, but...
oh, this is antenna cable. Okay, that's good, because sometimes you can get some weird...
No, yeah, but this is an antenna kit over there, Radio World, so...
Okay, then you're kind of set.
Yeah.
A week later, Paolo had a steel bracket made to house the VHF radio.
That I had somebody cut for me, and this is what I'm going to use to support my radio onto the boat. It's not necessarily a bulkhead, but this is a fold on the deck. I'm going to secure it to this piece of trim over here. That's screwed onto the deck. And this is where I'm going to sit, somewhere in here.
So now we're drilling the hole for the speaker mic.
And that's it.
The latest electronics to go into Odyssey was a Garmin Chartplotter.
I don't know exactly where I'm going to place it, so right now I'm just trying to use it really until I find a permanent position. I still want to use it. Well, let's see. Power up. It's powering up. Vertical clearance. 35. It's over the mash 35 feet.
So after doing some initial setups, we are now on the homepage of the Garmin Echo Chartplotter.
Okay, let's start the active captain. So do I need the active captain right now? What is active captain?
Unfamiliar with the software, we enlisted the help of John, owner of the Kirby 25, to demonstrate some of the features.
Is go here. So I'm connected to Kirby Wi-Fi. That's my boat name. So then I go into active captain here.
Oh, you know, we thought they meant the port would be Wi-Fi, so we actually...
Yeah, no, and then you got to go sync with Plotter. And then it comes up and it says all your updates. So yours, when it first come up, these arrows won't be green.
I don't even.
It's a weird.
You know what? That screen didn't even show up. How did you get that screen?
That screen there. Once you put in the SD card, that goes in right there.
Oh, I see.
Once you put the SD card in, it'll go format.
Yeah.
And then you have to go in through here. You have to go through your phone.
Yeah.
Say sync with Plotter, and then it syncs with everything there.
Okay.
And then all that kind of stuff. So if I go software updates, it'll say no software updates available. Say, just hit cancel, because I think it recognized. Okay, it says smart notifications pair with the night. Try that again. Just make sure it's your phone. To use blah 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 blah.
Oh, actually, got on the wrong side of the pier a bit.
So we know the GPS is working because.
And then there's settings you can go in and you can clean up all that stuff.
So we finally got the Chartplotter working in terms of the initial setup, but it took a while because there were so many complications. This is it for now. Come join us next time for another sailing episode. I put out videos of my sailing, travel, and outdoor adventures. If this interests you, tap on the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of a new video being published. For now, fair winds to all.